Okay, hello friends. How are ya? Did you feel the shift late tonight? With the new moon in Scorpio, water signs will fare pretty well with this. It is going to be a jolt for many. Um, the shift that you're feeling, I just had those ridiculously goofy, weird videos that I posted about 24 hours ago that were more lighthearted. If you think to the essence and the energy of that, the playfulness of it. That's because the sun was still, even though we didn't have the new moon in Scorpio yet, the sun's energies from Libra were still active because the sun's energies don't shift in their ruler until the new moon. So even though the sun has been in Scorpio for a while, we didn't yet have the new moon. So as the new moon arrives, that resets the sun and its dispositor. And since the sun is in Scorpio, Scorpio's two rulers are Mars and Pluto. Scorpio is a very intense sign, mysterious, but because of the way the planets are right now, with Mars and Pluto squaring off just with each other, if you feel like kind of an intensity reverberating through your bones and your being, in kind of a tenseness or like even almost being hyper vigilant, that's because Scorpio is always looking around and investigating everything and ready in case it's attacked and has to defend itself. It's a very different energy from the sun being in Libra, which just 24 hours ago, even though the sun was in Scorpio, we didn't have our new moon. So the sun was disposited by Venus still. And Venus is more playful in Libra. It's more social. It's more goofy and lighthearted and just dealing with things on the surface. Well, with this new moon, there's a radical shift because we went from Venus energies to now Mars Pluto. And I'm going to tell you right now, everybody around the world is dealing with this intensity and this Mars Pluto square. There's parts of this intensity that you're feeling to your bones, the seriousness of it all, kind of like life and death, because Scorpio is the sign of life and death and transformation. You have to separate that energy, that intensity from the administration. We're back to separating these things out. Don't give them more power than they have, because these guys thrive on the dark side of Scorpio. And it's going to be scary. I just did the Tarotstrology, and it's a bit overwhelming, but you have to remember it lasts for the entire month. And I'll go through that, but we are going to pace ourselves through this month. Unlike Libra, which is always on the move, action, do, we're going to go, go, go. Scorpio is a fixed sign. So we're going to step by step move through all of these things. So it's really different. The other thing, I keep talking about the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. The intensity you're feeling now is where we're headed. A tightening of this energy in January. The good news is that we get this glorious moment at the end of November where it's going to feel like magical relief, because we're also coming into Mercury retrograde. So aside from all this intensity, things are going to be backwards and not make sense. And people are going to be on edge and they're kind of going to want to be fighting. So I'm telling you right now, your new moon wishes are to write it down, navigate this month with ease, to go with the flow with Mercury retrograde, to let things be revealed to you that you need revealing, and to deal with any sudden upset, sudden news, sudden fearful things, to deal with these things with ease. The other thing is that Scorpio is the sign that rules the organs of elimination, so it is naturally a cleanser. It naturally will purge things. I mean, like, this is a good time as far as Mercury retrograde, when you're going back and revisiting things, to purge stuff in your house that you don't need. It's a good time to clean out the closets. It's a good time to take care of the plumbing in your house, to go back and do those things that need to be done. This is the best time to just get rid of stuff that you don't need, that's just taking up space and has toxic energy. Get rid of it, because if you don't get rid of it now, first of all, it's taking up space, and we have some really good energy coming up at the end of the month, and you're going to want to clear and make space for that. You know, you might want to smudge your house, light the sage, get whatever else you do to detoxify your house. Your body is not going to do well if you're constipated, you guys. You have to take your fiber. You have to have your fruits and vegetables. You have to be well hydrated, and Scorpio goes through a ton of enzymes and minerals. And if you're a meat eater, you might be craving meat more because it goes through a lot of protein, because it has to use a lot of resources to regenerate itself. So that's the gist of it. This is the tone for the next month. You have to take care of your body. And you're going to get X-ray vision. You're going to see stuff you didn't see before. Please do not buy electronics this month. Please do not sign contracts this month. Contracts only if this is something from the past, but you cannot initiate anything new under Mercury retrograde. It's going to fail. You need to just keep revisiting and replanning things if you can help it. Here's something I want to show to you. So this was our Libra new moon. This was on September 28th. The new moon started up here in the 9th house, Putin's house, and it went around the zodiac, and it came around here to our new moon in Scorpio right here. I find this very interesting. The 9th house, Putin's house. Things that were abroad, overseas. Pelosi had the 2 of Cups. She has an agreement overseas. Our allies do the Lovers. She has an agreement with our allies. I thought this was interesting. The 6 Wands mob drew the Ace of Swords. What happened with the Ace of Swords? This has to do with bags, my pal Al. And Rebecca Mercer drew the Magician. And in the 10th house, when bags went, she had the Death card. Is that crazy? The Ace of Cups, Pence had the Ace of Cups in the 10th house. Pelosi has the Ace of Cups in the 8th, shared money. The Hanged Man, 9 Swords. I just find this so interesting that as we go back, okay, on the Ascendant, one's identity this month, Putin had the Death card, change. Donald had the Ace of Pentacles, new money. So it's almost like money was paid for the death of someone. And if you go over here to contracts, Pence has the Ace of Pentacles. Remember that reading I did from October 17th? That he and Pompeo made a deal to deliver the money with Erdogan and MBS. 6 Wands mob had justice over here. The payment was done. Knight of Swords. That's our allies. our military. Remember I said Erdogan was the part of fortune, the wheel of fortune, because Donald made those negotiations with our military to pull out of Syria. Erdogan stepped in. For the U.S., for the 6th house of military and service, Putin drew the part of fortune, the wheel of fortune, for Erdogan to move in. Mercer drew a tower moment. She knew of the tower moment going on in Syria. I don't know who this is. Where was Hopes, Wishes, Dreams? Well, that's all I'm just going to look at right now. But we drew these cards on September 28th. And wow, does that align? Does that align or what? So this is the new moon Tarotscope for Washington, D.C. If you notice on the ascendant, this is the point on the eastern horizon where the sun rises. It's 29 degrees Cancer. 29 degrees Cancer, it's number one, the millionaire degree. 29 degrees is about endings, and we have that on the ascendant and the descendant. We the people, and, you know, this is Donald, because this is just who he is. The midheaven, the highest point of the day was Aries 15. This is such a vital degree. In the past, I've talked about how awful this Aries 15 degrees was for Donald with his solar return birthday in June. Because the Aries 15, it's like his part of death, his part of decapitation, his all the D's. Not destiny, danger, disillusionment, debt, all at the top. This is ruled by Mars. One of Scorpio's rulers is Mars. Now look at Mars. Mars is located at 15 degrees Libra, 30 degrees. The lower heaven is 15 degrees, 3 minutes. It is sitting right there. Do you remember what else was sitting right there? The January 21st total lunar eclipse had the sun down here. And the moon was aligned with the top of the chart at 0 degrees Leo. And that was the end of his inauguration. So for the next month, Mars being one of Scorpio's ruler is going to be activating that eclipse from January 21st the entire month. Moreover, 15 degrees Libra is squaring Saturn at 15 degrees Capricorn. This 15 to 20 degrees Capricorn is like a crucible. If any of you have cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, you're going to feel this the most if your sun or ascendant or moon falls between 15 and 20 degrees. And that is about like the 7th through like the 12th of those months. These are really hard aspects. For those of you, if you need a sick day, take your sick day. If you're feeling tired, don't go out. Because this is such a prime setup for dangerous situations. And it isn't focused on you. It's because everybody is a walking explosive tinder. I mean, everyone is feeling like this. So you just really be aware. I'm not trying to scare you. I want you to navigate this month beautifully. And we will get through this together. There are some really beautiful angles and things that are going on. We have Mercury and Venus there in Scorpio, so it makes it more harmonious and we can think more clearly. Those are the good things. And this blends nicely with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction over here. So it's not as blunted and hard, kind of like how it was over the summer. There is relief, but those planets have to like hook in. You'll have your opportunities to kind of stave this off. So don't be afraid. It's not going to be like this the entire time, but there's going to be their moments. The quarter moon, the full moon, and the third quarter moon are going to be hard, but we'll get through that. And so this is what I have on the ascendant. We have Donald is in the upper left corner, Putin is in the upper right, MBS is the lower left, Erdogan is in the lower right. So what's giving them life this month? Donald, the Three of Wands. Isn't this interesting? He's got his belly button hooked up to his communication, like his communications are his life. This is the thing that he is worried about the entire month, his communications. Thinking, reasoning. His ruling planet, because he's a Gemini, Mercury is going to be retrograde. He is going to mess up badly because there's the moon with all the emotions. This is a very hard month for him. On the ascendant, Putin has the moon, treachery, lies, deceit. There's something very interesting going on. MBS, the Page of Swords. We have a spy. We've got a plant. Not good. Erdogan has the High Priestess. Usually the High Priestess functions as a vehicle which Russia gets paid. In the first house of identity, Donald drew the Death card. Death, change, transformation. His personal identity is all about death this month with changes. Putin, 10 Wands reversed. Donald's burdens to Putin are easing because Donald has given up a lot to pay off his debts to Putin. I don't know why this Three of Pentacles is here. MBS has secret talks, and he's got his eyes on Pelosi. Erdogan has a foolish man. Now, both MBS has a Queen of Wands in the first house of identity. Putin has the Queen of Wands in the house of secrets and hidden enemies. I'm going to go backwards here. So let's talk about these secrets. Of course, Donald, Putin's puppet, Six of Cups, his debts, everything that he owes to Putin. Putin has the Queen of Wands. The star, MBS, I don't know who this star is. This is his secret or hidden enemy. And I've thought about Tillerson. I've thought about McManus. It's not Pompeo. And I've thought about Bolton. Erdogan, secret hidden enemies, Five of Cups, total disappointment, loss. In the 11th house of hopes, wishes, and dreams, Donald has the King of Cups. This is his hope, wish, and dream, is Putin. He's obsessed with Putin. And I don't think King of Cups comes up anywhere else. This is all Donald. Hopes, wishes, dreams. Putin comes up with Queen of Swords. This could be Pelosi with impeachment, yes, and it can also be New York. And that's the only place I saw the Queen of Swords. Erdogan, his hope, wishes, dreams. This is Erdogan. This is when the card he drew moving into Syria. So there's stuff still going on for him abroad. But no, that was MBS. Drew hopes he's going to be fortunate. Erdogan, the Last Judgment, kind of freaks me out because he has it in the hopes, wishes, dreams. Judgment. Donald has judgment in the 9th house, Putin's house. So they're both hoping for judgment here. Abroad, maybe Donald is hoping that he's judged to be free of whatever's being held over him. In the 10th house, in the public skies above Washington, D.C., Donald has a 7 of Cups, gaslighting, whatever. Putin drew the Three of Pentacles, the secret talks and the secret money. Well, the Three of Pentacles also shows up in the third house of communications and neighborhoods, publications with MBS. MBS drew the King of Pentacles, Donald, candidate Donald, in the 10th house, the public house. The King of Pentacles was Donald drew for the house of the Sun in the 5th house. And Erdogan has strength over what's going on in the skies of DC. So I'm hoping that means there's a very strong case that our courts are recognizing going on with Donald there. In the 9th house of lands far away, Putin's house, got Neptune there. A lot of haze and confusion. Donald drew Judgment. I think he's hoping to be deemed worthy. Putin drew the 10 of Cups, the Republican Party. Expect more from there. MBS has the 8 of Swords, so I just feel like this is another. I almost worry if they've captured like a whistleblower or someone abroad, because you'll see when we get over here. And Erdogan, again, winning, he's got the Ace of Cups. He's very happy about something. So he's got the part of fortune, hopes, wishes, dreams, lands abroad, the Ace of Cups. In the 8th house of other people's money, shared resources, life, death, transformation, Donald got the Knight of Wands. So somebody, he's taking action for someone about money. Putin has a new op. So obviously Donald is doing something for Putin with shared resources. And there you go. You have MBS with Donald making offers to him. And look at this. Erdogan gets the 8 of Pentacles. Is this more because of my friend Al Bags? In the 7th house, we the people, Donald's opposition, who he sees as the enemy. He drew, look at this, the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups has been the whistleblower, but now it's reversed. So I don't know if this is the whistleblower or negative, bad news for young people. Putin drew the Magician. I don't know what he's going to pull off. MBS drew the Devil to unleash. Erdogan has the 5 of Swords. Mafioso. This just feels like, again, they're doing something against someone over, and it's an American citizen or something. Because if you look here in the 6th house of military, public service, Donald, let's see. MBS has the Page of Cups in the 6th house of military service. Donald has the Page of Cups reversed. So something has happened to this Page of Cups that Donald found out and was like, go ahead. And MBS has the Devil there. Erdogan has magic, is the magician with our military, and he tells Putin, go ahead. So I don't know what's going on there. So that's the 6th house. The 5th house of the Sun, Donald has the King of Pentacles, because, that's candidate Donald. Putin has the King of Wands, angry Putin, or this is MBS. They think they are the ruler of the United States of America. They're the Sun. MBS drew the 5 of Pentacles. So if MBS thinks he's the ruler of the United States, well, he's getting more money through our agencies. And Erdogan is delivering the money, the Knight of Pentacles. Or he's receiving the money in that regard. In the 4th house, for the United States of America, home, our home bench, our home plate. It's where we protect, defend, nurture each other, and where we're secure. It's our relationships with our families. Donald drew the Sun. These 2 dead people, the Sun. It's almost very Gemini-esque. This is the U.S. defenses. Not one person who should be the sun, but two people, like co-rulers. Putin drew the oligarchs, the billionaires in D.C. MBS drew the lovers. That's the defenses of the United States of America. And MBS sees the Ten of Pentacles, Donald, as fulfilling the role. In the third house of communications, neighborhoods, publications, how we think and reason, talk, speak with each other, learning, electronics, electronic transmissions. Donald, look at that. Sit in this wheelchair, Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to deliver the money no matter what. So, locally, monies are being delivered. Putin's like, look at all that money. I got to launder. I got to get it back to Donald. MBS is all about the communications, about what's going on over there. And Erdogan has secret talks going on here at home. I don't know about what. I don't like it. The second house of income, gains, value. Donald, the Queen of Cups, USA. Like we're his piggy bank. Putin says, hey, give me some of that money. MBS says, I want some too. Erdogan, the King of Swords. Bill Barr, maybe Bill Barr is getting the money to him. Because King of Swords is Bill Barr, it's also Mueller. Or, no, they're all getting payouts. You know, in the first house of who they are, Donald, death. Putin is easing the tension on Donald. Secret talks, MBS going after Pelosi and the Fool for Erdogan. Kind of intense. So that's that.